This is going to be Shiplap for Dummies, and it's going to be cheap. Welcome back, Little by a Lot. Today we're going to turn this wall into a shiplap wall. First things first, remove the TV, the mantle, the stuff around here, some stuff here. That way we can slap it up there. This is the product that I'm going to be using. This is Underlayment 5mm 4-foot by 8-foot sheets. $13 right now during the pandemic. So normally 10 bucks probably. Still super cheap. Next step will be the table saw. You can also do this at Home Depot, Lowe's. They should cut them down for you. You can do it with a circular saw, much harder. Table saw, much easier. Home Depot, Lowe's, easiest, if they'll cut it for you. Pretty simple. 7 3/8 is what I'm going to cut my shiplap width to. I'm gonna run them down the table saw with a whole bunch of strips. Then I can go back to my wall, measure what I need to be cut, and cut them. So I think I got all these pieces cut. I just basically stacked them and cut them with the miter saw. And so they're all exactly the same length. Make sure that they did fit on each side and across. And so now I'm just gonna start at the top and come down. I have a brad nailer hooked up to my air compressor. And I'm just using what I think are about 1.5 inch brad nails. And that should be long enough to get through the underlayment, through the drywall and into the stud, so it holds it nice and strong. You could also use glue, but in the future, if you don't like it, you have to take it off. You're really gonna mess up that wall. So brad nails will just keep it up there, good to go. Put it in those studs. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And so I'm just gonna basically put some down on this side, and then come in the middle, put some on this side, and then put some on the other side. So for the first several rows, you do want to check level to make sure that it's going to be level as you come down. So put this first piece up. And I just do that all the way to the bottom. We have completed the putting up the boards, and so it's time to trim it out. And when you're done, so like when you're running them through the table saw and cutting out your 7 3/8 inch boards, your shiplap, you're gonna be left with about this thickness right here, okay? And so what I do to help, keep it cost down a little bit is I take it and I run it through table saw and cut out 1-inch strips. And these 1-inch strips are part of your trim. So with these 1-inch strips here, they're gonna go in the corners just to help hide that. And there's your trim to this part. And then I went to Home Depot and I bought some outside trim that's going to layer over here, and then as well on the other side. And then I'm gonna use this trim up against the wall on the other side over there. Just nail it in just like normal. And for the floors, trim wise, we're just gonna use some typical quarter round that you can find anywhere. I have some here at the house already. So I'm gonna cut it up, put it around the bottom, match the trim to come up on top of it, miter the ends there so there's not that much of a seam. And then fill whatever I want with caulk. You can fill in these nail holes if you like. If they don't bother me at all, give it a little bit of character, but you're more than welcome to come and cover those up and then, you know, sand it real lightly and then paint it. Well, there you have it. It is Shiplap for Dummies. So 3 coats of paint, there you go. Trim is on, paint is on, baseboards are on, mantle's in, TV is on, and it looks pretty dang good. This is a pretty simple process, although it did take me 8 hours or so to do. Reason is I spent 2.5 hours going to and from Home Depot. And then of course the prep work of just getting stuff off the wall, putting it back on the wall, and then having to paint several different times. The painter was a little slow. It works good, but it was a little slow putting on there, and I did 3 coats. Thanks for watching the video, guys. As always, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. My name is Mike, and it's a little about a lot. I'll check you on the next one.